yeah. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith. It's almost 12:30 at night, and I'm still ready to run through these walls. This was one of the most fantastic drafts. We talked about how fantastic he's done. I know a lot of the whiny fans will bring up, well, 10 years ago, and look, man, we've seen it the last few years. Howie has been putting on a masterclass. We talk about the Eagles building a dynasty. I think people are going to jump on board my train with that one. This team is going to be a juggernaut. And I talked about it. If we had those defensive pieces, like an interior man and an edge rusher, watch the hell out. We're going to break that sack record that we almost broke last year. So I'm excited about this, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and grab Nolan effing Smith out of Georgia, pairing him with Jalen Carter earlier in the day. Pick 30, 6'3", 236 pounds. Going to put a little weight on this young man, I think, but a very versatile young man we talked about. You guys remember from that show. Look, the stats. Oh, my God, he doesn't have stats. How much I cannot stress how much I don't care. We talk about that Georgia defense. The same thing with Jalen Carter. This is why we want these guys, because they come from a defense that knows how to produce no matter who it is. And well, that's what's going to happen next year. Everybody's going to get themselves some. So I actually brought with me an updated depth chart. We'll look at that here in a second. But you see adding Nolan Smith to this room, and he's going to essentially be with Hassan Reddick and Patrick and Kyron Johnson as those guys that could drop into coverage, outside linebackers. But he's so versatile and talented. You could use him as a weak side linebacker. You can have him in certain sets where they're going to be on the field at the same time, Reddick. And you remember when I talked about when we signed Desai, you're going to have a lot of guys that are, well, hired, whatever. You're going to have a lot of guys that are rushing quarterback. Maybe sometimes you have edge rushers next to each other, as we saw in Chicago at times. I think this is going to be very exciting, ladies and gentlemen. And not just, obviously earlier in the day, I was ecstatic, got my guy. So, of course, I'm thrilled about the first pick, which was Jalen Carter there. So, yeah, pretty pumped about that one. We talked about adding him to the room that I'm already very excited about with Jordan Davis, Milton Williams, Fletch back, Marlon Tupelo healthy, Contavious Street brought in. So don't mind the losses. I'm ready to rock and roll. You see the updated depth chart here for the Philadelphia Eagles. Added Jalen Carter in as a starter. I don't care. He's effing talented. Maybe he has to earn it. That's fine. But look, Milton Williams, Fletcher Cox, Marlon Tupelo, if Street can make the roster, you've got yourself quite an effing rotation in the interior there. And then adding Nolan Smith as an edge rusher there. You look at the rotation there. On one side, you've got Reddick, Smith, Johnson, and Johnson. Then you talk about Sweat, Graham, Barnett, Robinson, Leo, and Jackson will be competing. So you've got some damn good competition for this defense. I feel pretty good about it. Now you could still look to add another linebacker, a safety. We've talked about a lot of guys, Brian Branch, Trenton Simpson. There are a lot of talented guys. The Eagles have 62, 66. So maybe we look to move up. We've got extra picks in the next couple of years. So do not fret. Tomorrow I'm going to come back. We're going to have a day one recap. We'll talk about all these things. We'll look at the depth chart. We'll talk about some of the best players available, bring a list of guys I think the Eagles could look at day two. So excited about it. I want to know how you guys feel about it, though, because holy hell, just got done watching the presser, and man, I really can't wait till I can work for the Eagles or the press. Just something, man, that nobody wanted to talk about football, or how exciting it was that we just added Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith. It was just like, shouldn't you be offended that he got in trouble? And it was just like, holy shit, dude. Like, you guys really just want to whine about everything, don't you? Like, oh my God, I'm excited. So let them whine. Yo, let's go, baby. John, I'm ready to run through an effing wall. Yo, Buda Baker, we've talked about it. The Eagles could get it done if they would like to get it done. If they don't feel they can get a safety they like in this draft, maybe they go ahead and do that. But I would happily take Branch. The trade for Henry is not going to happen. We talked about that. That was made up by Akbar Kabijamila. It was a great one, but we've had great ones the last 2 years too. So a third one to add to the mantle, all about it in a row. My fifth, so I'm all about it, baby. But yeah, exactly. I think that we've been seeing master classes put on here nonstop. So that's what I just said there. So yes, 100% agree. I think that we're going to have some studs here that are the versatile pieces. This is why I wanted them. They fit in perfectly to what Sean Desai is going to do. So let's effing go, baby. I'm all about it. Let's ride, man. So it was very great draft. And Dane Brugler, number 3 player. I don't know who that is, but no doubt. No doubt. That's good. But you guys know I had Jalen Carter as my pick for the Eagles, and I'm very excited about that one because of his versatility, what he brings to that defensive line, how he can play from the 1 to the 5 technique. He can do so much here. Talked about Nolan Smith a second ago, the fact that he can, not only is he going to learn from Reddick and be the replacement eventually, but he's going to play with him, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to be doing all kinds of nasty things, and I love every second of that. So let's rock and roll. I think that for me, we looked at this draft and we knew they were going to go out and get the best players available. But the fact that we just got Nolan Smith at 30, last year we got Nakobe Dean in 3rd. Holy hell. There's going to be a lot of guys. We'll talk about that tomorrow, but we'll see who the Eagles can trade, who's available, all that great stuff. So tune in tomorrow, catch the recap, and we'll get ready for tomorrow. Look, we're going to keep putting out that content, John, and that's was my guy, Jalen Carter. So let's effing go, baby. Let's effing go. And really think that people are going to jump on board what I've been saying. I think that we're already going back to the Super Bowl, but you just have to add those pieces. You hear the media, if we don't add a running back in the 1st round, a wide receiver, this team's going to fail. Like, all right, dude. So let's just go back and see what these people predicted the Eagles would do every year. Let's see what they said about Jalen Hurts or Howie Roseman last year. And let's gauge, do they really understand anything they're talking about, or do they just want to whine all the time? So let them keep doing it, man. We're going to smoke them out here. Look at us. Look at us. We're going to go to bed like a little babies tonight, and I love it. I love every second of it, man. Let them keep hating. We'll keep educating. This team is the real deal. They think they want to laugh and, oh, well, your cap hits from Jalen Hurts. We don't care what you don't understand. We don't anymore. No one cares because I'm out here educating people, and they know that you're all lying. So, well, let's take them to the park, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to dog walk their asses. But it's going to be a great summer, man. I'm going to break down how this defense works, everything you guys enjoyed last year. We talked about all those things that were going to happen. Hassan Reddick, Kaiser White, then they happened. I'm going to do the same thing this year. Obviously, already did that today with the draft, but I'm going to continue to talk about how this team is going to be a Super Bowl contender. Let people find their ways to be upset. I'm going to find ways to get you excited. Let's effing go, baby. Let's go. So, look, we really did. We bagged and tagged him, man. I love every second of it. Del Frisco's for sure. Hey, enjoy yourself. Stay safe out there, my man. I'm going to be ripping it up and enjoying the rest of my night. And tomorrow I'll be celebrating as well. But Gibbs, instead of trading down, well, I think they moved up there, right? Houston had traded back with them. They moved back there. So it just was what it was. If they wanted Gibbs, best player available, didn't want to trade back, didn't like what they saw, man, that's their choice. But I had said when they took them, I don't know why you would do that. You have Swift there. There was a lot of guys I really liked that thought would work for them, but that's them, man. That's the Detroit Lions. So best of luck. Yeah, they are the Lions. And I like Jack Campbell. That seems definitely like a Lions pick, but it is what it is, man. But I love the pick of Nolan Smith. Love the pick of Jalen Carter. Ecstatic about it. You guys obviously know. You knew as soon as those names were called, I was losing my effing mind. Appreciate all of you that tuned into those live streams. Tune back in tomorrow. I'm going to have a recap of what happened on day one. Obviously, we'll talk about these 2 picks, but I'll talk about the best players that are available. I'll tell you who I'd like to see at 62, 66, what I'd like to see us try to do, maybe acquire more picks in the later rounds. Maybe we try to trade up for somebody. So tune in then. We'll talk about that. I'll bring the updated depth charts, the updated roster outlook, all that stuff. I'll even update you on the cap space. That's right, because now that we went from 10 to 9, that money will change just a little tad there, but we added pick 66. So 94 did not affect the salary cap. I do believe 66 will. So that's going to add a little bit of money too. So I'm going to break all that stuff down for you tomorrow. I just didn't have the time to do all that today. Enjoying the moment. Wanted to throw together a couple of those graphics for you, let you know there is excitement in the air, ladies and gentlemen. But I appreciate all of you tuning in throughout the entire night. Appreciate all of your support throughout this pre-draft process. But look, they are just not good. Yeah, that's true. But I appreciate all of you guys, every one of you. Those of you who enjoyed the Eagles content that, love the cap stuff, love the draft stuff, keep tuning in. Hit that subscribe button if this is your kind of thing. And, I know it's not for everybody. I know a lot of people were pissed last year when I tried to break down how Hurts would develop and this defense would dominate and, how Howie and Nick would kill. And it's like, look, they went out and just plop, plop. Let's go. I really don't think people want to sleep on this team anymore. And if people are still mad at me for being right, I feel bad for them because all I'm trying to do is give people the content they deserve. There's too much misinformation, too many people that have never picked up a football in their lives trying to tell us about a sport they know nothing about. And I honestly, it's done. So cannot wait to see where this leads. And I'm going to continue applying to plenty of jobs, and we're going to see if anybody actually wants somebody that knows what they're talking about. We'll see. I know it's not a popular thing. The hot takes are more this world's kind of deal. But if you enjoyed me bagging for the 5th year in a row who we were going to take with our first pick, hit that like button for me. You can always subscribe. Let me know who you want me to take for number 6 next year. 6 in a row we're going for. Holy sh! I'd like to know any of those experts that have gotten 2 or 3 in a row. Hey, it is what it is. I'll keep outworking them, man. That's what I do. And I don't even, compare myself to anyone. It's just I'm going to work harder than I did the day before, and I'm going to try to provide you guys with the best content you could possibly ever get. So, look, I know the camera work's got to get better. I know a lot of things need to change here, and we're working toward that. But with your support, that's how I make it there. But I appreciate you guys. Hope you all had a great night. Hope you stayed safe out there. Have a safe trip home. If you're not home yet, I'm going to sleep like an effing baby. Cannot wait to talk to you guys before the draft. Tomorrow, we'll be talking about the recap and everything else. Then we will get into the draft. Not sure if I'm going to have a live stream for that one. Probably not, but I'll definitely be back to talk about the pick, all that great stuff. So if you have any questions, any thoughts, whatever, leave them down below. If you're watching this later, I'd love to hear how you feel about today's draft. But I hope to see you all tomorrow for the recap. And let's get excited because, this party just got started, baby. Let's go. But honestly, we could draft Mitch Dunkelberger from Kansas, Central Northern State, and I'd be perfectly fine. I don't care. I am ecstatic. But the great thing is we're going to continue building, continue making this roster better, and I am excited about every single second of that. So, block your number, but I'll pick up the phone for anyone and pick up the 4. No doubt, my man. Look, I am the number's open. The lines are open for any of you guys that want to talk. Any of you guys ever have any questions, feel free. But hope you're having a great night. Hope you enjoyed this effing draft as much as I did. But we've got 62 and 66 tomorrow, correct? I do believe. So let's ride. Let's go whoop some ass and let's make this team a Super Bowl caliber champion. Hope you have a great rest of your night. And look, what is it? 219 and 248 in round 7 then? I think that's all we've got left, right? Those two, because we traded from 94 to 66. So we should still have 62 and 64, right? I think. It's been a long day, ladies and gentlemen. I have no idea what I'm doing here. God help me. Please, God. Okay, so here we are. I just want to make sure I'm not lying to you here, dude. Well, I would never lie to you, but just want to make sure I'm not leading you in the wrong direction. So we, what? I don't know, man. I really don't. It's not telling me what we have left. We actually might only have one of those 60 picks, or I can't remember, to be honest with you. This sucks because I honestly am like so beat and tired. God damn it. All right. Let me find this. Just about to go. All right. So, yes, 62, 66, 219, and 248. That is exactly what it was. Ladies and gentlemen, have yourselves a great rest of the night. I'm getting out of here now. If you have any further thoughts, leave them down below in the comments, but I will be back tomorrow with the recap and answer all of those questions. Have a great night. Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, welcome to the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's effing go, baby. But let me hear it down in the chat. You know I need to hear it. Let's go. But I hope to see you tomorrow. Hope you have a great rest of your night. But if you're watching this later and you want to talk some birds, I might still be up. So leave a comment. I'm always down, or I'll wake up and I'll get that energy flowing again. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. Hope you all enjoy your night as much as I'm about to. Hope you stay safe out there. And as always, go Birds!